Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and today we're going to discuss next generation iPhone as well as iPad rumors. Now, while the upcoming iPhone 7 may arguably be the hottest topic when we're talking about Apple news, that's not what we're going to focus on. Instead, we're going to shift our attention toward the much rumored March 15th event where Apple will supposedly unveil not only the iPhone 5 SE, but also the iPad Air 3. Now, apparently we have new information that was mostly ascertained from case manufacturers. They suggest that the iPhone 5 SE will be approximately 123.8 millimeters tall, 58.6 millimeters wide, and 7.6 millimeters thick, which are pretty much the same dimensions as the iPhone 5S. Additionally, though, beyond that, it's speculated that the design will closely mirror, if not be almost identical to that of the iPhone 5S's design. However, there is said to be a slight curve when looking at the display, similar to what we have on the iPhone 6 design, which was of course carried over onto the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus, which I have right here, though the curve is said to be less significant because of course here on the iPhone 6 up to the 6S, it has to have that curve to maintain the fluidity with the actual back of the device and kind of the rounded corners we have in general, whereas on the iPhone 5 and 5S design, we have those chamfered and straight edges, but it will just be slightly rounded over the iPhone 5S to more closely match the current iPhones. Now, as for the power button, this is also up for debate. According to 9to5Mac, they suggest it will be featured on the right-hand side of the device, similar to what we have on the 4.7-inch and 5.5-inch iPhone models. However, according to schematics leaked by OnLeaks, they suggest that the power will simply be on the top like it was on the iPhone 5S design, which again we have right here just for some contrast. Power button on the top, power button on the side on the larger iPhones. So it does make sense that it would actually maintain that top position given the fact that it is a smaller 4-inch display. As for the specs in general, it is expected to be powered by an A9 CPU, similar to what we have on the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus, though likely underclocked due to its smaller screen size, and therefore it doesn't have to actually use as much processing power to push the pixels to the display. An improved camera, hopefully 2 gigabytes of RAM like we have on the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus, though it may be 1 gigabyte. We'll just have to wait and see. Also, NFC support for Apple Pay. However, it said that unfortunately it will not feature the same 3D touch capabilities as the latest iPhones to maintain that as more of a premium and higher cost feature associated with the larger devices. It will also reportedly come in the same colors as the 6S, being silver, space gray, gold, and rose gold, and reports have suggested lately that that rose gold may be more of a pinkish hue than the rose gold on the 6S. Now, next up, also at the event, it's expected Apple will announce the successor to the iPad Air 2, Apple's 9.7-inch iPad series, which hasn't seen a refresh since 2014. So what does Apple have planned? Well, apparently the iPad Air 3 is expected to be almost identical to the iPad Pro, save for the difference in screen sizes. Apparently, the new 9.7-inch iPad will actually adopt the exact same Pro moniker, so it will also be called the iPad Pro, according to these latest rumors, just the smaller size variant with the same A9X CPU, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and new screen tech for support with the Apple Pencil. And it will also supposedly have the exact same connector for peripherals, dubbed the Smart Connector, for the Smart Keyboard. Apple will apparently make a smaller size for the 9.7-inch iPad Pro. So provided these iPad rumors hold true, here's what Apple's iPad lineup will look like. The iPad Pro in 12.9 inches and now 9.7 inches, and the 7.9-inch iPad Mini 4, whereas the iPad Air 2 will kind of move to be the entry-level, normal-sized iPad. Apple is also said to be slowing production of the iPad Mini 2 as well as the original iPad Air 3. What are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know down below in the comment section. Are you excited for March 15th? Again, this rumored event. Both of the devices expected to be unveiled at said event. will apparently be released later that week on March 18th, and iOS 9.3 may also be released that very week. For additional information on that, as well as the possibility of an all-new jailbreak, I highly recommend watching yesterday's video. I'll have it linked for you in your cards, as well as your annotations up on your screens now. Again, be sure to click the subscribe button below next to my channel name if you have yet to. That way you'll be completely notified when I cover anything related to the rumored iPhone 5 SE or iPad Air 3, or now should we just call it the iPad Pro? Again, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. But anyway, just be sure to subscribe, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter to be updated even more often. And until next time, this is ICU signing out. Join the iCrackUriDevice community on Patreon to help out the channel and to be featured in videos similar to these top contributors. Click the link on your screens now if you're on desktop, or check below.